Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, how's it going? I'm Casey. Originally, I was thinking just do another fun edited video like the previous one. I had fun doing it. Took a while to really settle on that idea, choose it, figure out the angles, the writing, and all that. And, for me wanting to be a filmmaker, it makes sense to just treat YouTube videos as sort of mini films. But I also always like the idea of doing something like this. Just a raw, unfiltered, unedited, or minimally edited video that just takes you into my stream of consciousness, which is my style anyways. I've done a lot of writings inspired by it on my blog. But yeah, I think I got way too caught up in that idea of thinking, oh, now I have to do this type of monologue or this type of visual idea. And those are fun ideas. I really get into developing them. You'll definitely see stuff like that come about in the coming weeks, months, all that. But meanwhile, just this idea of just there's you, here's me, there's the camera, and I'm just talking, and you're just here to kind of maybe let it play in the background or whatever. It's like, that's cool. I've done that. We all do that. And I just thought, something like this would feel perfect for me. So, in that sense, I feel like now I'm really just hungry for making more, doing more. Even if it is something just kind of simple like this. And this is my first actual attempt at it. Whether I end up editing this minimally or not, it's whatever. But no matter what, this is what you're watching. And I think doing this, at least once a week, it'll be cool. I'm excited to see where it goes. And for me, it's just, I see it as not only a different type of video, because let's face it, there's tons of different things people can do on here. And I think that aspect also kept me from just making videos because, I love it all. I used to watch movie reviews all the time, and I still kind of do. I used to watch video game reviews, commentaries, let's plays, and most recently I've been getting into the reaction videos, and that's cool too. I also like the vlogs. I've always loved vlogs, but more like a specific type of vlog. Something kind of like what Dan is Not on Fire would make in his early YouTube days. Or what Jax Penn, Jen McAllister, whatever you want to call her. Like, her videos, her early ones, just have this fun looseness to them and even a fun experimental video. I think that variety aspect it's exciting, but it's also, I don't want to say overwhelming, but I feel like it can definitely just create that overload type of thinking where you're like, I don't know what to do. For me, it's like, I know what I want to do. And, making the edited videos like the first one that I just did, I say just did as if it was yesterday, but anyways, the previous video that I'd put together on here, it makes sense for me because wanting to make movies, I see making YouTube videos as like a precursor to that, especially in the sense that it gives me something to practice writing a script, deciding on camera angles, shots, breaking it down, thinking about audio that's needed, sound, music, all of that. It just makes sense, you know? But meanwhile, there is some fun YouTube style stuff that you don't see in movies, like vlogs and reviews, day in the life sort of stuff, all of that. I feel like I need to just take a step back from all the variety of ideas that I've always wanted to make and just simply get the thoughts out. Just do this. Just start like this. And I actually didn't want to do this from a behind the scenes aspect just yet. Originally, I was scripting a video and trying different ideas for what I would film to go with it. I even recorded audio, some voiceover for it. But somewhere during that, I just thought, is this the right idea? Should I be doing this? Almost like a sort of progressive idea where it's like, okay, I start with this subject and I go on to another theme. And then I could do the next video with a different topic where they sort of follow one another. But, it feels like it's not a bad approach, it's a unique approach. But thinking about all of that just kept me from jumping in and doing something that I like doing, which is just getting thoughts out of my head. And I actually used to do stuff like this when I was in high school. Before YouTube, I might add. I used to do this in those videos where I would just set my parents' camcorder and just kind of get it all out of my head. Get whatever I was thinking. It would be like movie ramblings. It would be just random little life ramblings. And I feel like even before I started blogging, that helped me discover this stream of consciousness flow in how I like to express myself. And that was like, I say early, in that I was still discovering it, finding my voice. And it feels like I just need to remind myself to do that. I mean, right now, even as I was just talking about those videos I used to make in high school, I felt it. I felt just that feeling. It's like, hey, this is kind of cool, except now instead of my parents' camcorder, I'm using a phone, which would have blown my mind at the time. Just never imagined things would be like this, but, it's pretty cool. And I think that was another thing, like the technology always just, really got into it. But then I kept thinking, how much more do I need? Like, really, you don't need much now. All you do need is just your phone. Or, if you have a laptop that's perfectly useful, perfectly decent for video editing, you could use that. Like, CapCut is really good. I've used it. I've since moved on to, and I'm learning Final Cut Pro, which is cool. I've played with a lot of different things. Might talk about that more later on. But right now, I just wanted to kind of go into my little overall thoughts on what I've been going through. And say that, here I am. Here you are. You're probably curious to see where I'm going to go with everything that I end up making here. I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts on, that whole notion of abundance of overthinking versus simplicity. And this is cool. I'm liking this. Might play around with the decor a little bit. It's going to grow. It's going to evolve as everything does. But I'm excited. Do this. Start with unedited or minimally edited stuff and just post it. Just share it with the world. Might be a small world at first, but that's okay. It is a small world after all. Anyways, it'll all be a little experiment that will evolve. And I'll keep doing stuff like this. It's not always going to be centered on behind the scenes type thoughts. It'll be different. It'll be me. So, if you're curious to see what I'm like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you again. Have a good one, everybody.